Hi, I'm Chris Dula, and this video is for the hashtag Get Dula on Ellen charity effort, and also for my battling brain cancer blog, which I'm going to continue to do until I beat this cancer. The theme for today is doing what you love, whether that's at work if you're able, or as a volunteer or a hobby to bring balance to our lives. And we don't all get to do what we love for a living, but I do. I'm a licensed clinical psychologist at ECC State University, a professor of psychology here. And so I get to teach people, I get to help people, and I get to do things that I think are fulfilling, and I get paid to do so. And that's amazing, and not everybody gets to do that, and I understand that. But, you know, I'm going to film here at work because I'm blessed to be back at work, even though I'm in cancer treatment now, 3 half days a week. So it may look like an ETSU commercial, but it really isn't. I got my major start in changing my life at Central Piedmont Community College at Charlotte, North Carolina. So it doesn't matter where you start. If you're feeling stuck in life, as I surely was in my mid-20s, getting a higher education is just one path you could take, and that can start anywhere. Though clearly, I love working here. I'm going to film most of this inside today, even though it's a beautiful campus. It's been a little bit rainy, as you can see the gray skies. But anyway, my fun's become critical to managing my life recently, so I got to make sure it stays dry. What I want for every one of our students, or anybody who's willing to take the risk in life to try something new, is to find their passion, and then to find a way to make a living engaging in that passion, so they not only get a good paycheck, but they also get to do something fulfilling every day of their life, like the wonderful medical personality over at Johnson City Medical Center who are helping to cure my cancer right now. Now, while you might be aware of what's going on with me at all at this point, is that I've been blessed to work at ETSU for 13 years, where I've taught an average of about 1,000 students a year. So when I recently had 2 emergency brain surgeries after discovering I had a brain tumor, there were tons of people in my community who were concerned about me and reached out to me. And I was unconscious when it was announced benevolently at an ETSU orientation to between 500 and 1,000 people that I was in hospital. And when I got discharged and got home, I had many dozens of messages from wonderful people who all wondered what had happened and if they could help in any way. When I got out of the hospital, I had little ability to think in any kind of a focused way. I couldn't even read all those messages, much less respond to them. So I wondered how to let people know what had happened and that I was going to be okay for the most part. So I did a Facebook Live video just to get the word out. And just before I did it, my best friend suggested my story would be a great fit for the Ellen Show, and I agreed. So I threw in the hashtag Get Dula on Ellen into the video, and that video has since been viewed over 70,000 times. So that's got us on our way. And why this matters is by coincidence. Before the surgeries and my current cancer treatment, I'd written a book about my life, which many people over the years have suggested I should write. I'm a musician who plays music for free with a lot of other great musicians under the name Chris Dula and Friends. And I'm blessed with the best day job I can imagine, so I don't need to get paid to play. I just love to play music and provide a fun atmosphere for others. And we have a charity mission, as we have for a long time. All other bands should be paid, but it's my blessing that we have been able to do a lot of great charity work and just make music for fun, for free, to help them out in promoting their causes. So I viewed my book in the same way that I viewed my music. It's an artistic expression. It's not an academic book. And the book itself had already said I'd give over 50% of any money I personally made to charities of my choice. It was self-published, and I had to use a pen name, which is Stephen Sage. Its title is Experiments in Life, and it's available on the websites at Amazon and Barnes & Noble. The thing is, before all this, I wouldn't have expected to sell many books, even though I'm fairly well known in this region that I've been blessed to call my home for over a decade. I mean, why would anybody drop $20 or $30 on a hard copy, or even $5 on an e-copy for the quote-unquote possibility of a good read, even if they were a former student and heard my story? But with all this wonderful response from this outpouring from my community, I know I've already sold more books than I otherwise would have, and that gives me the ability to give more money away to charity. So any increased sales I would have, if I can get to a national stage, you know, I've now pledged to get not only over 50%, but of all money I personally net, after taxes are held back, as it is income, I'm going to give 75% to worthy causes, to give to people to make life better for others. Anything I make from this book from this point forward is going to be by virtue of other people helping me increase the sales. And so it's not a me thing, it's a we thing. So if you buy my book, you know, I won't get a lot of the money because self-publishing companies take the vast majority of the royalties, but of whatever I personally net, you know that I'm going to give 75% of that money to charity, and so you can feel good about that. But it also seems like it's a very good book, and as a writer, you really don't know until you get feedback how people experience it. But there are now 22 independent reviews, anonymous reviews on Amazon. 21 of them are 5-star, and one of them is 4-star. So it seems like it's a pretty good bet that if you get the book, you should enjoy it. It was written colloquially, conversationally, so that it should be a fun read, but also it talks about how I totally screwed up my life. I mean badly, as a alcoholic ne'er-do-well into my mid-20s, and at that point, I got a daughter that I adopted, and she turned my life around. I quit drinking, I got focused on school, I changed my life, and so the whole point is maybe a little inspiration can be found there as well, such that, you know, all of us can screw up in terrible ways sometimes, and yet find a light inside of ourselves, turn it on, and then work to make ourselves into people we're proud of. We find redemption, we find forgiveness, and we find positive purpose, and we keep that mission going. I also want to be careful not to have people think I'm an overly positive person now. I have a relatively good prognosis. It's a small tumor. We're targeting it every weekday with radiation, and we're hitting it every night with some chemotherapy. So that should help cure the problem, and if it doesn't, you know, I'll just keep at it as long as I need to. But I also have such great support in my angel of a wife, Denise, who keeps me taking every pill on time, gets me every medical appointment on time. I mean, that's something that not everybody has. I've got access to health care. Not everybody has that. I wish we did. We're working on it. But, you know, we've got a ways to go, clearly. But in the grand scheme of things, what I do know is, as an educator, that no matter what health crisis you might be facing, that the medical and psychological research shows that if you can muster as much positivity as possible, if you can activate as much social support as possible, and that may take some work at a time that you feel least sociable, and if you comply fully and completely with your treatment plan, your odds on average of a better health outcome are dramatically improved, you know, on average. Individual results vary, but that's important. And again, if I don't get on Ellen, I've already benefited tremendously personally from all the outpouring of love and support from my own community, and sold a few more books and give away a little bit more money to charity. But here's the thing, it's like if that doesn't happen, I can still use this Battling Brain Cancer blog as a platform to help give information to people that might be helpful to them that they might not otherwise know. And I'm going to do that as well. But hey, let's get on Ellen. Why not? With your help, it may in fact happen. And if it does, again, it's a we thing, not a me thing. I'm just going to have more money to give away to charity. So for all those people who have backed me up to this point, I thank you tremendously. My positivity is genuine. I've been working on becoming a better person for almost 3 decades now. And I'm proud of that, and I'm bringing that to bear. Whatever I can do to help beat this brain cancer, I'm going to do. Whatever I can't do, I'm going to let go and let God. And everything's going to be okay in the end, one way or the other, and I know that, and I'm good. But I think we should live life. I'm going to live my life, no matter how much longer I got, 5 years or 15, I'm going for 50, with more gratitude every day, with more sense of purpose every day, and with a greater sense of urgency every day. And I think everybody should check out or revisit Tim McGraw's song, Live Like You Were Dying. It was written by Craig Wiseman, Jim and Tim Nichols. You know, if you're into country, you know it, and if not, it's well worth a listen. But here's the thing, at least Google and read the lyrics, and maybe take some inspiration how we might all seize every day in every way for the better. If you don't already, be sure to tell everybody that you love them every time we part ways, be it in person or on the phone. We only get so many days, so let's show our love, make the best of the choices we can, fix our mistakes, and live life with gratitude and no regrets. So thank you for listening. Thank you for supporting me. If you've been sending up thoughts and prayers, I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. That's all I really need. So here's wishing peace and love to everybody. And from ETSU, go Bucks!